What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. Big Kenny checking in, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Sports Mix podcast on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter. So, real quick, I just wanted to talk about James Harden real quick. Big thing we do with sports, is we talk about legacy. We talk about guys' legacies and, did they contribute to the chips and all this stuff. James Harden is a guy, to me, proven to be a bona fide superstar in the NBA. There's no doubt about that. Regular season though. Regular season, James Harden put up these extraordinary numbers, scoring titles. I think he got an MVP. He just, he got the credentials, the accolades. He puts the numbers up. Oh, that's fine and good. But me, I go all the way back to OKC days. When the playoffs, in the finals, when OKC was in the finals against Miami, James Harden, to me, he didn't show. He didn't show up when they needed him to. He didn't produce at the levels that they need him to produce in. Then he moved on to Houston. Of course, that's where his career took off. Where he kind of showed that he was more than just a third wheel. He could carry a franchise. He could be the leading guy. All of that. Didn't produce. Didn't turn into a championship for Houston. And I don't think they got beyond the second round. Maybe second round. I'm going off the top of my head, so just forgive me. Didn't work out in Houston. He moved on to the Brooklyn Nets. Where he teamed up with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Them guys, man, they dealt with a lot of injuries. They dealt with the Kyrie stuff, with the, all of the Kyrie stuff. So the three of them really never got to play together a lot. And after a while he was out of there, he moved on. Forced a trade to the Sixers. He forced a trade from Houston to Brooklyn. So he's demanding trades, getting traded here. Now he got traded to the Sixers. Of course, we know that didn't work out. They didn't win the championship. Doc Rivers got fired. Steve Nash got fired in Brooklyn. And then this summer, with whatever was going on between him and ownership or whatever, he wanted out of Philly, and he forced his way out of Philadelphia. He got traded from Philly to the Clippers now, where he's teaming up with Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George. When the trade happened, I said it. I may have said it on the podcast. I know I said it. I know I put it on one of my posts on one of my platforms. I didn't like the trade. I don't think that the four of those guys can coexist and win a championship. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to come here and admit that I'm wrong. But I just don't see it happening. I don't see those four guys coming together to win a championship. So I think I've already spoken on what I think about the four guys. So James Harden, this dude, when we talk about legacy, right? because we like to use that word. We like to use that word a lot when we talking about these athletes. What's his legacy? What's his legacy? What's his legacy? Well, he hadn't won a championship yet, so that's and I don't think at the rate he's going, he's not going to win a championship. And in playoff situations, he hasn't done enough as the star of a team to lead them to a championship. So I don't see that being a thing. I don't see James Harden leading the team to a championship as is currently, as his team is currently constructed. At some point, if he goes and he takes a lesser role somewhere, and he becomes, a bench player or whatever the case at the end of his career, and he gets on the championship team that way, maybe. But right now, I don't see it happening. And so here's a guy that's forced trades out of three places now. Houston, he forced a trade out of Houston, he forced a trade out of Brooklyn, and then he's forced a trade out of Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And he left a trail of bad blood behind him after every step, after every move. His legacy is starting to become one of a whiner, if you will, because he's crying to get out of these situations. You know what I'm saying? So I think, man, at the end, when we talk about legacy, yeah, he was a bucket. He could put the ball in the basket and all that stuff. But I think what's starting to happen, man, people start to focus on the stuff to get the headlines. You know what I'm saying? And the lack of him winning the championship or being an integral part of a championship or playoff team, right? In the playoffs. I'm not talking about getting to the playoffs. I'm talking about in the playoffs. His lack of star performances in the playoffs, along with asking for these trades and forcing trades out of this place and that place, those are going to be the things that the media types are going to start putting on him as a label. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start labeling him with that. Again, his ability is clear. You know what I mean? It's clear that this dude is a ball player. He can play. He can score the basketball. He's not going to play no defense. We know that. But he can score the basketball. He can score it at a high clip. But is he the type of guy that's going to do enough to lead you to a championship? Is he the type of guy that can put you on his back, scoring the way that he can score, to take you to a championship? And I think we also got to take into account that he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? That he's been around. He's a veteran in the league. He's not young James Harden anymore. So the days of him putting you on his back, really are coming to a close. So at the end of the day, what really is his legacy? What's his legacy going to be? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to remember James Harden for? Are you going to remember him for forcing trades out of these places, which has been what's been his kind of his forte the last few years? Or are you going to remember him for the Houston years were like the prime of his career, where he was, a certified bucket, was putting up ridiculous numbers in the scoring category. So I don't know, man. I just wanted to put it out there to the people. What are y'all thoughts on James Harden, man? What's his legacy going to be at the end of the day? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Sports Mix podcast.